Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
We're going to try at least. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Betegon. Follow him at Fight Fiend Migs on Instagram and the Twitters
and YouTube
and whatever, YouTube and whatever else he's got. You can follow Andrew Labouche on just Facebook because he doesn't know the web address of Twitter or Instagram.com. My name's Lee Honish. I am the host. I am the creator of this show. You can follow me on every form of social media, unless you're an X, and then you don't follow me, I guess. And there you go. I just call that sound advice. I try not to block anybody. They just unfollow me. Could it be the displays of my happiness frolicking on a beach while barbecuing chicken and watching sunsets while the rest of the world is trapped in shitty hellholes? I can't imagine. Hi, everybody. Welcome to COVID Day 964. This past weekend, we had some fighting, and we'll get to that in just a brief moment. First, let's check in with the Fearless crew. If it sounds like I'm stalling, it's because I am. We're just doing stories. So we'll see how this one goes. I start with you, Andrew. What is the update? How are you? How is the family? How was Mother's Day?
Mother's Day was good. Everyone's still healthy, hanging in there, and yep, that's about it. Nothing big on this one.
Fucking compelling. Miguel.
Yeah, no, sorry.
All right. I'm clearly already like firing up the megaphone and all the sound effects and all the bullshit because I can see that I am twisting arms and pulling.
I'll wake up right now. I gotta get my coffee down.
Don't drink coffee. It's 6 o'clock at night. You gotta go to bed in an hour.
No, it's going down. And I took a nap. I'm telling you, I got ready.
Oh,
I got ready.
All right, I'll stall with Miguel. Miguel, how was your weekend? How was your time with your family since you're on lockdown with your family? And how are you feeling?
So far, so good. I am working during the weekend now, but I am working from home, so my schedule is all over the fucking place. But anyway, working weekends, that kind of does blow. But Mother's Day was good. Ordered my mom some flowers and shit, and I get her this like cookie platter or whatever that showed up hella fucking late. Like she was already in bed by the time the dude delivered it. I was like, fuck, dude. So like I had to like take it up to her room and like, here, mom. You could have waited downstairs for this, but anyway, so far we're all healthy, everything's good. So we're doing the best we can to not leave the house unless it's absolutely necessary. And whenever we do, we take, the precautions. We take our masks if need be and the gloves and all that shit. And it seems to be working because we're doing fine.
Are they like skeleton masks? Do you go like as a total Vato crew?
No, hell no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I have it's a ski mask, so I can walk into the grocery store with a ski mask on.
Right. I had
today.
no Mother's. What, Andrew?
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't have.
Well, I was going to go off subject. I don't want to get off Mother's Day yet. Go ahead and say yours.
Well, my Mother's Day sucked. I stayed home alone.
Oh no.
The woman that I am currently dating, my girlfriend, went to her family's house. I was home. I watched WrestleMania. What was it? What do we have?
Money in the Bank. Money
in the Bank,
Yeah.
where they actually threw 2 people off the building. There you go.
Yeah, right, exactly. They did it on the top of the fucking building. Jeez.
Yeah, they threw 2 people off the building, including Rey Mysterio. So that was kind of exciting. We have no new champions. I mean, I just thought I'd say that out loud. It was kind of pointless. And what else? I ate a lot of food. I'm still eating a lot of food. Like I'm eating like I'm pregnant at this point. I'm a little worried, mainly because I'm going through bulimia. And so I eat and then I vomit, and it's causing me to lose all my teeth from my bulimia. But you know what? It's keeping the weight off of me. So if I decide to fight again, I'm ready to go at 185. I don't think I'm healthy. I can't walk upstairs. I've developed a cough, and I seem to be getting sores. And I think I have a fungus and some bed sores as well. Anything else? Kidney pain from the abuse of alcohol, or is that liver pain? I don't know. I would imagine it's kidneys. Okay, you're all caught up. That's me. What were you going to say, Andrew? Top that.
There was a smash and grab at our Costco's today. Did any of you guys know Costco sells jewelry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And Sam's
They
Club.
sold about $150,000 worth.
Whoa! Damn, I didn't know they had that much shit.
So did they have to get in? So did they get in with a Costco card?
Hey, do you guys find it a little iffy that the guy said about?
I'm all sorts of questions on this.
Right? Let's go. Let's get into this.
Okay, hold on. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Hold on. I'm just fascinated with this already. So they just went right past the guy who checks the Costco cards and just went straight in, guns a-blazing, while those stupid people in the yellow jackets went, hey, you got to show your membership card. I thought the guns out would have probably have given it away. I feel like I need to look at the video of this whole thing. Like,
did they go to the self-checkout? Oh, geez.
Yeah, like did they walk in and like fake IDs and like case the place first? Because they already had masks on. Nobody's gonna figure out it's them. I mean, right now is the only time you can use somebody else's Costco ID at Costco. I mean, has anybody else figured this out besides me?
You are correct. They are saying that the N95 masks were used to hold the identity of both men. They have not released the identity or the weapon that was used. People said that one of them was armed, but no one has described what kind of weapon. They know they used a mallet to get into the case.
A mallet.
Yeah. Wow. Then they probably flipped the mallet over.
Oh, wait. So it was closed then? It was closed when they broke in?
No, to smash the jewelry box, they hit it with the mallet.
Okay, so look, we have, at least my guess, a couple of felons who listen to this show based on the kind of show we put out. So I'm going to say this to anybody who's getting a bright idea going, Costco, listen, all right? They have technology now where they can just erase the mask on your face pretty easy and get your whole face now. I don't want to break it to anybody, but technology is going to figure out it's you. Yeah, COVID. Got a mask.
I like how they said about. Like they don't know the amount of money that they had in there. They're like, it's about 150. You know, they only stole like 10 grand. They only took like a necklace, bro. The guy's like, about.
They got to check the insurance policy. That's the way a smash
exactly.
payoff always works.
Hey, the other day, my dispatch asked me how many hours I did. I said, I don't know, 4.5 or so. She said, or so. I can't put that on your fucking check, can I? I said, all right, 4.5. Jesus.
Round it up to 6.
Yeah, go round it up, always. Milk that shit.
Now Andrew's awake.
It's about
this show brought to you by Amsterdam Black Label. For those of you who must and will get drunk and don't care about whether or not your insides bleed, Amsterdam Black Label, the official alcohol of Fight Net Radio. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Hanish, Andrew Labouche, Fight Fiend Migs. We are fight fans, and we did have fighting, and let's get right into it. Most of us, Andrew wouldn't illegally stream for some ridiculous reason or slept through most of it. We're only going to talk about the main card because there are some impacts regarding boxing based on the main event. Yeah, that's my tie-in, folks. I'm going to make that tie-in happen because those stories are lined up. By the way, all of our stories today are coming from Boxing Scene. Miggs, what do we think about Boxing Scene?
Fuck them.
Yeah,
PBC
correct.
motherfuckers.
Because they're PBC motherfuckers. However, they're still employing people to write actual news stories, unlike the rest of the web, where they're laying off people like Dan Rayfield. Or you can read Steve Kim tell you another tale of, boy, I'd like to watch Sugar Ray Leonard fight Triple G. All right, shut up, bro. I'm sick of the what if fights. I'm so sick of what if fights that I say this to all writers because I know you guys listen to this show. Stop the what if fucking fights. All right, just fucking stop. All right. Tyson's never fighting Ali. Okay. George
Tyson
Foreman
Fury versus Tyson. I seen that one.
Fuck.
Yep.
Shut up. Everybody just stick a stick in it. Okay. As my dad used to say.
I just seen Lomachenko versus Marquez today. I seen that dream match.
Man.
Yeah, you're right, Lee. There has been a few of those dropped. You're right.
Oh
you're
my
right.
God. You guys
We're
are
grasping
so
at straws at
desperate
this point.
for shit to write about. There's so much good real news that you guys are just sleeping on it. Let me give an example that I was going to say for the end of the show, but I'm going to do this as a public service to all boxing writers. This is a story about Amir Khan, the Boxing Scene staff, quote unquote, right, which means was a press release that they rewrote into an article. Amir Khan actually said in a press release that was then turned into an article. That's what you can read by that. Even though there is big money out there, I wouldn't be able to do it without fans in attendance. Listen, fucker, nobody's offering you big money. Why isn't somebody writing that story? You know what this should read? Amir Khan can't get a fucking fight and will say anything to get a fucking fight. I'll fight anyone, period. Bullshit. If I had $1 million right now and said, Amir, I want to fight in Vegas on a closed circuit for my Fight Net Radio fans, that fucker would be on a jet with his whore-ass wife, okay?
Ooh, no, don't. Ooh, wow. Damn, why we got to throw her in there?
Dude, she did some skanky shit. I'll throw skanky.
That's right. I forgot.
Skanky women can get thrown under the bus in my universe. I just hooked up with him. Okay, bitch, whatever.
That's all it was. He meant nothing.
He meant nothing. It was just fun. It's different.
You would have too if you were me. Damn it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Shut up, whore.
Will you stop? You don't even know if it's true. He was just drunk.
Doesn't matter. It's still a better story than Amir Khan trying to convince people he won't fight without fans. I mean, the story is so ridiculous. He's so ridiculous. Amir Khan can't get a fight. You know what? Let me tell you what Amir Khan is. He can't get stung by murder hornets. Okay? He's so unwanted.
Amir Khan, the whore.
That's topical. Hey, that's topical. I like to say I'm topical with my humor.
Right.
If
exactly. It's relevant.
Himself with honeybees and wrote a sign, "Hey, murder hornets," right here, he wouldn't get any action. I'm just saying it right now out loud. The hornets would leave him alone. Amir Khan is a desperate man in desperate need of desperate money because clearly his woman likes people with big money and big things like Anthony Joshua. Just saying it out loud.
And they said his dad had a budget of about $2 million to build the Amir Khan gym, and I think it ended somewhere around $5 or $6 million. Yeah, they're in kind of big on that gym that they opened up in the UK.
So, once again, to all boxing writers out there, at the top of the show, because some of you fade off because I realize I go off the rails, but you guys still listen, and you need stories to write about for the week. This is the stories you should be running with. Amir Khan trying to convince people desperately via no more than a press release. This is so pathetic that he won't fight without fans. Are you kidding me? Onwards and upwards.
I've actually heard that from a few different people too, actually, not wanting to fight with fans. I mean, without fans. I think I've heard, who was it? I think Teofimo said that shit, and so did Crawford. That they're like, they want to get paid more and everything like that. Something about like, whatever money they're going to be missing out on.
They all want more money for it. They all want more money for it because they know it's going to affect
Crawford, I think I heard, what's his name? Teofimo say no and none at all. I was like, oh shit. I mean, this was, last month, so who knows?
Well, let's move on. This Saturday, there was UFC heavyweight as well as lightweight action.
The football player won. All right.
Yes, he did. Oh man, it was shitty though. It was shitty for real.
Okay.
Let's start right there. Greg Hardy in the opener went. Yeah, it was shitty, bro. It was, and I was texting Migs through the whole thing because I love fat guys in combat sports. Fat guys fighting, fat guys boxing, fat guys wrestling, fat guy jujitsu is all the same to me. It's this slow plodding, weird. We're lazy, and watch us be lazy while we just be lazy with each other. I mean, don't get me wrong. Greg Hardy threw a couple of rockin' ass bombs, but Jorgen came to fight. I mean, it was interesting, but we learned absolutely dick about Greg Hardy. We learned even less about Jorgen de Castro. I mean, it was lame. It was a lame opener, but it was fighting.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miguel.
So like I guess De Castro like fucked up his foot or something. He was chopping the living piss out of Hardy's leg, and then like Hardy like checked a kick, and then it looked like it caught him in a toe, or De Castro like landed with the toe, and then from that point over, it was just like not doing jack shit. So if we learned anything, it's that De Castro like is looking for the door whenever he gets hurt. Hardy didn't do anything, honestly. Like he was losing that first round, and I think it was onward after that De Castro stopped throwing punches. So Hardy was just like peppering him and shit like that, and it was, and honestly, like if De Castro actually lost some of that fucking gut, he could probably drop down to weight division. But yeah, it was a bit of a snooze fest. Not a really good way to kick out the pay-per-view.
I wish I could do.
Greg Hardy is the ex-Dallas Cowboy that beat the hell out of his girlfriend. Am I correct?
I don't know what team he played for, but he definitely did beat the hell out of his girlfriend. And check this out. Controversy follows that motherfucker everywhere. Like, one of his first fights in the UFC, he hit a guy, like, while he was down or kneed him when he was down. And it was, like, a no contest or DQ. I forgot, something like that. And then this very next fight, he was, like, trying to use an inhaler in between rounds. You're not supposed to do that shit because he's asthmatic or some shit. Like, controversy follows that motherfucker, dude. For real. Yeah. Jesus.
That'll be good to watch him lose. All right.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
we're all waiting for that adjustment here.
Oh, it looks like 2 fights higher might be his next bout. How the UFC works, correct?
No. Francis has bigger fish to fry. Francis is about to be. Hold on, Jeremy. It's Bad Intentions, right? It's Jeremy Bad Intentions Stevens. Am I correct?
No, Little Heathens. Little
Little Heathen. Forgive me. Yeah. And he's from here, San Diego. Fights in out of downtown.
Oh yeah.
Calvin Qatar. Yeah, he's out of Northern California originally, came down to San Diego. But I digress. Jeremy Stevens got fucked up in the second round.
Oh, fuck yeah, he did. Hell yeah, he did.
Okay, and Jeremy, like, argued it. He's the one that he argued his stoppage, right? That was the argued stop.
No, they have him winning.
No, Jeremy lost.
Stevens the winner.
There's
the check. Yeah, there it is. The check is on Qatar. There you go.
No. Jeremy lost and didn't like his loss, to be perfectly honest. He got fucked up and caught by a knee. Am I correct? That's this fight, right?
Oh, no. That was Cruz. That was Cruz. No, this one is the elbow, dude. Okay. Oh, my gosh. The elbow from fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, dude.
That was bad. Yeah, he caught him with like an elbow. Yeah, and then he drops, right? Fuck yeah, dude. And then Qatar hops on him and then lands like one more elbow, like while on the ground, and that like slashes his forehead. Oh, dude starts like bleeding like a stuck pig.
Yeah. That'll move him up to Jeremy's spot at number 7. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
The number 1 contender for the heavyweight title, Francis, I can't get a rematch or fight with Stipe Miocic because he's going to keep fighting Daniel Cormier, who, based on the video I saw, is continuing to grow weight like the Pillsbury Doughboy. By the way, you don't want to see Daniel Cormier in a dark alley. I'm just saying it out loud. Never underestimate a fat guy. Francis Ngannou was called out by Jerizo Rustranak Shamalama Ding Dong, who called him out, Andrew. Like, he called him out after his 10th victory. I want Francis. Francis coming off of a very short off. I feel like he fought 3 or 4 months ago, knocking someone else out. Francis said, okay, sure. And so Francis went in and tried to work on the record for fastest KO, taking this dude out in legit 20 seconds. He threw 2 wild punches and the third wild punch connected. I think that was about the count. It was like a crazy right that missed and a crazy left that missed. No, it was a left that missed.
No, you're right. I seen the highlight. He missed
and
his
then
3.
the left.
I don't. He threw I think it was a third punch that landed. I don't know. It was very Ricardo Mayorga-ish. He just fucking like hacked away.
Yeah. He got him though. That's the only highlight they showed really on my feed was this fight right here. I guess because it was only 20 seconds on my feed.
Were the kids projecting shit on your face while you weren't looking?
No.
Then it comes down to the co-main and main event.
This one hurt me.
Which all have okay. Let's talk about Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz got stopped. Dominic got caught in the face with a knee. Then got caught again before he went down to all fours. Then, as he was trying to get up, Henry Cejudo got on him and hit him with 5 unanswered punch. The most amusing part of this fight isn't the fact that Cruz won. The most amusing.
No, Cruz lost. It was Cejudo won.
Cruz losing was the most. There are two interesting things that came out of this fight. Number one, Dominic Cruz, about 24 hours later, said the referee smelled of alcohol and cigarettes. Which you basically describe every referee who ever was. And then Triple C, Henry, is it Triple D or Triple C? What's he going by?
Triple C. Triple C,
Triple C, right? Henry Cejudo, who's literally won at every level in his entire life. Literally. He's won at every level, including that ridiculous gold medal that he still wears to the ring. What a douchebag. Probably wears it in bed while he's having sex. He's one of those guys. Retires right after the fight. Fuck it. I'm done. Yep. And the best part of that fight was watching Dana White's expression of, "Oh, you're doing that now."
He kind of had an idea what was coming.
Dominic Cruz. Yeah, he said he did after I watched the press fight, but I was watching the cage of him trying to talk to Cruz, and Cruz is pissed.
Yeah, he's hella pissed. He was hella pissed about that.
It was a good stop.
It was a good stop. And you know what? I had to watch the replay because honestly, when I did see it at first, now I'm going to be biased here, unfortunately. I am a Dominic Cruz fan, so I was rooting for him. I do like Cejudo. I did actually I went to the Cejudo fight when he beat Mighty Mouse for the title. So I'm a fan of both these guys. So this one I was kind of torn apart. Anyway, so when the stoppage happened, I was like, what the fuck, ref? Come on, let it keep going. You know, I was thinking like I totally thought it was an early stoppage, and I saw the replay, and I was like, oh shit, no man, he can't even get back up. You know, I mean, he was trying to, but Cejudo was landing so many shots. Like it was like he had no choice but to like put his hands on the canvas to get up while he was like his head was free. And Cejudo kept landing all these fucking shots to the side of the head. So after I saw the replay, I was like, yeah, that looks like a good stoppage.
And last but not least, the fight that actually has implications with Oscar De La Hoya, Conor McGregor, and Lions and Tigers, and the baddest man on the planet, Khabib Nurmagomedov. The dog. Khabib. Tony Ferguson loses in the 5th round after getting beat up in a Frankenstein-like manner by Justin Gaethje. What's so exciting about this fight was the live tweeting because they didn't have actual writers in attendance, which, by the way, writers, I don't want to break it to you. COVID is outing you guys. We don't need to be at the fights. You can tweet the shit and watch it live and watch the press conference after. We're going to get fucked by COVID and never get another fucking seat to a fight. No, it's not going to happen. We are so getting ass raped by COVID. But I digress. Tony Ferguson got beat so bad that Ryan Garcia tweeted in the 4th or 5th round, that dude can take any punch.
Yeah, it was an ass whooping for the ages. Holy shit.
That is a beating. I've seen beatings, and I've taken a lot of beatings. That was a beating. I don't even know what kept Tony Ferguson going.
Dude, those are nasty shots. His nose, like that last shot, I swear it fucked up his nose. I mean, it didn't look like he was bleeding from his nose specifically, but maybe he was. There was so much blood on his face, I couldn't tell where it was coming from. But man, at last I read, like his orbital bone was cracked or fractured or some shit. And and here's the thing, like they're in Florida, you know, and like I've had this actually happened before with Josh Koscheck and St. Pierre when St. Pierre like jabbed the living piss out of Koscheck's eye because it was cracked. He wasn't able to fly back home because of the elevation and the pressure, and that shit like fucks up your eye, you know, since it's like healing. So I don't know if he's gonna like be stuck in Florida for any extended period of time, but or have to drive home or something. But yeah, dude, that was an ass whooping for the ages. God damn.
There you go. Now let's talk about the implications of Tony Ferguson fucking up boxing and MMA. simultaneously. His loss, after calling out Khabib for how long has he been calling
Well,
Khabib
they were
out?
scheduled to fight 5 separate times, and one reason or another, I mean, it was a point where you guys were just the contenders, and they were fighting on the undercard, and it didn't happen. So 5 times we damn near had this fight, and now we're probably not ever going to have it. Thank you, Justin Gaethje.
And by the way, Khabib tweeted during the fight, no comment.
Yeah.
That was very funny. I think Connor tweeted something nice to Gaethje at the end of the fight about everybody on the card fighting really well. But here's what has happened. The guys who are at the top, which are Ferguson, Gaethje, and Khabib, and Connor, right? You're talking about the top 4 right there.
Yeah.
Connor is in our next story talking about fighting De La Hoya. Khabib has talked about fighting Floyd, but was always trying to quote unquote stay focused for Ferguson or somebody else to be named later, which seems to be part of the head games of Khabib. And I don't even know if it's the head games of Khabib. I just don't think Dana wants Khabib as his champion, and he's trying to find anybody that he thinks can beat him. That's my personal feeling. I think Khabib is an absolute handful to deal with, and he's a badass human being. That's a horrible. He's Deontay Wilder from Russia, is what he is. I mean, tell me I'm wrong about this. It seems to me like Dana is not in love with him. Dana was in love with Tony. Dana was in love with Connor. He's never showed any affection for his champion, who's demolished everything that's been handed to him.
Yeah, it's something like, I mean, I know like Dana White doesn't, he's cool with certain people. I know he's cool with certain people, and there's some people that he's just not cool with. Like he's had beef with Tyrone Woodley, and that they were beefing for the longest time during the time that Woodley was a champion. And they've talked shit about one another during that whole time. Although no open shit talking has occurred, at least to my knowledge, between Khabib and Dana. I don't think Dana's too happy about that. The fact that he's a title holder, and I mean, he beat his boy. He beat Connor. Like, what the fuck else now? He tries to front with that smile when he puts that belt on him, but no, I don't think he likes him. I think he's really looking for an American to hold the title.
Well, let's do that as our segue into our first boxing article. De La Hoya calls Dana a little bitch. This happened earlier in the week, and I just can't let it go. Golden Boy promoter CEO Oscar De La Hoya has fired back in a new war of words with UFC president Dana White. The two executives have been trading words since 2017, as well as Bob Arum and everybody else. But why digress? That's actually going to happen in here as well. When De La Hoya was highly critical of cross-sport pay-per-view boxing match between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Yeah, because he didn't get any of the money. Last week, De La Hoya actually praised White's aggressive efforts to resume live events for the UFC. In a recent interview, De La Hoya made it clear it would take him no more than 2 rounds to eliminate Conor McGregor in a boxing match. He said on the CBS State of Combat podcast, come on, brother, 2 rounds. One thing about me is I went kill always. Look, Conor McGregor, I love him in the octagon. I respect him. I watch him. Wait, hold on. Hey, listen, brother. Hey.
Oh, Oscar.
Hey, you there, Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
You're still a bitch too.
Good.
You know what? I love you and I love Connor, bro. I do, bro. I respect him. I don't respect you. I sure as fuck don't respect Dana. All right. I watch him all the time, but this boxing ring, it's totally different, bro. Like, I'll fucking kill you, right, Andrew? Right?
Yes.
You know that, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
How bored is Oscar that this actually started? And then, for those of you who don't know the punchline to this story, Connor tweeted back, okay, send the contract. I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start right there. Andrew, are you excited about Oscar De La Hoya versus Conor McGregor? Since clearly he doesn't want any part of Gaethje or probably a really pissed off Tony Ferguson.
No, I'm not excited about it. If it happens, I'll probably watch just to see if Oscar can make true on his word and take him out of there in 6 minutes. I thought it was doable until Miguel reminded me that Oscar's 47 years old. So that makes me believe that he probably can't do it, but I would tune in. Now, if they put
and an alcoholic. I mean,
yeah, well, 47 I worry about more than I hear you. But he's old. He's almost 50. He's only given himself 6 minutes. I clearly think Oscar's going to win the fight. Don't get the shit twisted. I don't think I think him even at 47 is a better fighter than what Conor McGregor showed us. Because to be honest with you guys, shame on me. I never rewatched that Floyd fight. Floyd fucked McGregor up in that fight. That fight was over like in round 5 to round 10 whenever he stopped him. He took a lot of punishment in that fight. He ate a lot of right hands, and he didn't look that good. I mean, all we bragged about was how he could take a punch. Well, that's not going to fare well against Oscar, who is bigger than Floyd Mayweather. It probably is a bigger puncher than Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Put it like this. If Oscar can throw his jab, right hand, left hook combo, just those 3 punches, he's going to stop Conor McGregor. It just won't be in 6 minutes.
Yeah. Miguel, will we see Oscar De La Hoya versus Conor McGregor or Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson?
Chances are we're going to end up seeing McGregor and Ferguson first. I was going through some of my social media, my feed, and I came across this one tweet from Oscar that wanted to pretty much correct himself. He says, "For the record, McGregor, I never challenged you. I was just simply I was asked a question and I simply spoke on it." So it's like, okay, so what the fuck, dude?
I know.
You want to do it or not? You want to do it or not? You know what I'm
That
saying?
means he was drunk.
Yeah,
that means he was drunk.
Listen, that's fucking fake news, bro.
But even if it happens, he's not going to take him out in 6 minutes. No fucking way.
No way.
At the very least, Conor can backpedal for 6 minutes. I'm sure he can. There's no problem there. But if it goes like even a 6 or 8 rounder, that would be sort of even, just because I don't think Conor can even go 10. But I mean, even then, it's like I'm sure he's going to eventually run out of gas. And I mean, I don't think Conor has ever been hit to the body the way fucking De La Hoya can land that right hand. And De La Hoya is like, he's got pop. You know what I'm saying? Like when he gets pissed off and he goes in there to fuck you up the way he did Vargas and the way he did Mayorga. Dude, if he goes in there to take you down, I mean, granted, we're talking about 47-year-old De La Hoya, so it may take him a little bit longer. But, he'll get the job done eventually.
That's what we keep coming back to is the age, Lee. This matters. Now it seems like it was all fucking hot air, but
yeah.
It really depends on what Oscar comes in. I mean, listen, this goes to like what all MMA guys say. We're boxer in the octagon can't fucking handle it. Octagon fighter in the ring can't do it. He can't do it. Against a legit Oscar De La Hoya, Conor McGregor never would have fared well. This is about Oscar's age and can he even fucking do enough push-ups to get into the fight? Because seriously, that's always been De La Hoya's setback, they say, is his back. He has terrible back issues. And he can't get through training camp. This guy has wanted to do comebacks his whole life. He wanted to do a farewell tour like Chavez not too long ago. Got into training, couldn't do it. So and that's why these little exhibition bouts is probably what they're looking at to score some money. I don't see a lot of money being left in an event like this, like with the bare knuckles thing. What we were talking about the other day, it would be nice, not nice. The only way I think that would work is if it was a tournament. The guys fought for one pot. But to say that the guys are fighting for $20 million a fight, they're not worth that much anymore. Oscar De La Hoya is not worth that much anymore. So I just don't see these things generating that much money anymore. It would sell, but it would not do hundreds of millions of dollars like he used to do back in the day. Nobody cares.
Well, word leaked out to Dana White, who said, is fucking Oscar De La Hoya a beautiful
or what?
Wait, did he beautiful or what? Yeah, right. Said White. I wish I did a Dana White. You got to have that fake smile while you're talking to the camera. That's kind of great like that, right?
It's fucking illegal. That's all I know.
Fucking illegal. And did he ask for a 2-round fight? To which De La Hoya fired back on social media. Dana White, you're such a little bitch. Hold on. Bro, you're a bitch. All right? I'll fuck your woman too. All right? Listen, you've never even laced up a glove other than being, an aerobics teacher. What the fuck is that? Might as well teach jujitsu or some bullshit like that. The Fertitas are the only reason you have any business. I mean, you only own 10%, bitch. Well, let's do some math. 10% of $1 billion company is a metric shit ton of money. Not a really strong stance.
It's $100 million. Oscar made that in 1 year. The fuck?
Yeah, but does Oscar still have it?
Probably. He owns soccer teams. He owns boxing companies. Yeah, he probably does.
Yeah,
All right, hold on.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Let's
most
play the
promoters do that,
game.
yeah.
Let's see how this goes. The battle of the egos. Oscar's worth 200 right now. And Dana White, net worth. Anybody want to take a wild stab?
I just went off
500. Oh, he's worth $500 million. These guys are pissing about who's got a better jet. Okay, fuck them both.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor showed up on Thursday.
I don't know how good the stock is for the UFC lately, but yeah, we'll see.
Their buy rate was double for that event.
I just see the first two stories you attached their two fighters to boxers, but we'll see.
Well,
does anyone know how the numbers did on this one?
Yeah, the buy rate was
because I thought the
double
UFC were a bunch of bitches for putting that shit on pay-per-view, to be honest with you.
The only thing that's
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, that shit shouldn't have. I mean, it was a good ass card. I mean, they did try to stack and everything, but
what a disgrace! A fucking replacement fight at that, and they still charge their fans. These fans made them rich. These people made them rich, and they charge them on our lowest point. A piece of shit. Oscar's right. He's a bitch.
Okay. Connor did hear all the words, and Connor did come back, and he said, "Oh, come on, brother. I'm going to go get drunk at the pub." I don't do a Celtic accent. Everybody just calm down. One thing about me is I went for the kill. Always look Conor McGregor. I love him in the octagon. Right. We all know the quote, right? All right, so here's what Connor said. I accept your challenge. That's all he said.
Yep,
wow,
okay.
That's a whole article about I accept your challenge. All right, cool. Great. Can we get to real news now? Let's get on to real boxing news. This for our international correspondent, Sam Navajero, who will once again write up a complete review of the fight. Oh, by the way, for Sam or anybody else, this is way off topic, but you'll understand. VIP boxing or front row. It's front row boxing or VIP net.
VIP box.
VIP box. All right. I won't say what they're for, but you'll understand that for the future for any of you who asked the question. If you
wink.
Andrew and I read the comments, so we got to it a little late. There you go. But this is for our international correspondent, Sam Navajero, who will be covering this fight if it ever goes. Matt Rose, the promoter for undefeated junior middleweight Tim Tszyu. Why is that name famous, Andrew?
Yeah, his father. His father is Kostya Tszyu. What the hell do you want?
And what is great about Kostya Tszyu?
Huh?
Really?
I don't know what's so great about Kostya Tszyu. What's so great about
fighter? My favorite fighter. My favorite fighter.
Oh, was it the ass whooping of Zab Judah in like 2 rounds?
Well, yeah.
Close
and
enough.
Jake the Snake Rodriguez. I mean, it's not a big long list of greats. Now, mind you, he was doing the Lomachenko routine long before Lomachenko. I think.
Oh, with the coins?
Kostya got his title at 9-0 against Jake Rodriguez. I want to say it was like 8-0 or 9-0 when he got his title shot. But I digress. They're going to go back to the table and try to get him in against Jeff Horn. I don't know if Jeff Horn is actually. Tim Tszyu's actually ready for this fight, and I don't know enough about Tim Tszyu's career. I'm sure I'm going to get a full write-up on whether or not Tim Tszyu's up for this fight. I just feel, here's what I feel bad for. Jeff Horn literally gets a Merry Christmas, you fucked over Manny Pacquiao in Australia, and did nothing with it. And is borderline about to fall off the face of the planet. And now he's getting fed to, Australia's favorite son, Tim Tszyu.
He got smashed by Crawford, though. You got to give him that. He did fight the best of the welterweight division right after Pacquiao, and he got smashed. He got knocked out in 8 or 9 rounds that night. So I mean, I think what Jeff Horn's saying here, Lee, is that he's a little bit. He believes he's more to the sport than a fight that without fans. Because seriously, Jeff Horn did 47,000, 48,000 that night he fought Manny. Yep. They're probably looking to cash in on some of that fan ticket sales again when they fight a name like Tszyu over there. Tszyu's people, you know what they're hoping for, that he knocks Jeff Horn out in a few rounds and they can move on with his career. He's going to be somebody. He has the last name to move on. Jeff Horn don't. Jeff Horn has to cash in on every fight that he has right now, and I'm sorry, going up against a guy like Zoo, which I don't know potential, his skill wise, I don't know who he is. His name shows that he's ahead on cards right now. So he's playing his shit smart. He wants his fans. He wants his crowd behind him. He wants to make a little money off those ticket sales in case he loses. So I don't see anything wrong with him not wanting to fight Zoo without the fans.
Shut up and fight. We're going to have baseball without fans. Shut up. Just saying it out loud. Dana White slams Aaron.
Wait, Miguel had something. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead,
let
Miguel.
me go.
Oh, what? Did I? No, I'll just go because I mentioned that Sue. Like Sue's bad. Like I've seen some of his fights, some of his highlights. Like Sue, one thing that Sue has is not just obviously the last name, but of course he already has an advantage because of the last name. But the dude's got some skill. Like he's no Chavez Jr. You know, this dude will back that shit up. Like he will back it up. He has the skills. If you see him in the ring, dude, he looks just like. Well, obviously he looks like his pops, but damn, he looks like his dad. Just in his mannerisms and the way he holds his hands up, this guy's got some pop and he's got some legit fucking skill. Like he's not. It doesn't appear as though he's going to try to use his name to get him somewhere. He's probably going to do it anyway, but he's not going to he's not going to disappoint us there. I think he's a pretty badass dude actually. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, because Bob Arum, he's hurting so much for opponent for Crawford. Zoo might get the phone call if he beats Horn. That's how bad it is for Crawford right now. Seriously,
that's out of the street.
Or the words continue. Dana White on Wednesday slams Bob Arum. You can't afford to put on a fight, you fucking jack off. God bless Dana White when he gets the platform.
Why aren't we talking about the positive test that the UFC had on COVID? Why aren't we talking? Why haven't you brought that up?
This segue brought to you by New Amsterdam. When you want to get drunk, Black Label, 100 proof and promises to pickle your insides. This segue brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. Andrew, you want to talk about Jacare Souza at this exact moment instead of more Dana White fun. Let's talk about Jacare and his entire entourage testing positive, which they probably knew before they got on a plane and infected everybody on the plane, and then showed up before the test and interacted with people and probably interacted. Go ahead and do your rant and get it over with.
No, I don't have a rant. I don't have a rant, but why is Dana White calling people dummies and saying they can't do shit when he almost fucked it up for everybody? Like seriously, you had one chance to get this thing right. You told everyone, "Oh, we're gonna do it safe. We're gonna get an island. Everyone's gonna be tested. It's gonna work, man. I got this. I've been working on this all day." Motherfucker flew here sick. He flew here sick. You said the company's $1 billion company. The dude's worth $500 million. He couldn't test his fighters before they got on planes? Who dropped the ball here?
Tested him at the fucking place. Exactly. Who was not paying attention? Him and two people from his fucking crew. They got it, and then here's the thing: they tested him when they got there, and then they didn't get the results until 2 days later after he had already weighed in, which is the reason why he had the mask on. It's like, what the fucking way? Yep. It's like they tried, he had to put the mask on, he had the fucking gloves and everything. Everyone was doing the dab, the friendly dab, no hit, no handshakes or anything. But it's like, dude, what the fuck? Don't let him weigh in. Don't let him go on the fucking, they had to disinfect the scale or some bullshit for all I fucking know. But it's like, don't even let him get there. What the fuck?
Stephen A. Smith said the first thing this man said to the people that were testing him was, "I had family that had COVID-19. What the fuck? It was that simple question that they could have asked on a phone to all of their fighters, and we would have had this guy nailed before he even gets on the plane. But they dropped the ball. Listen, to cover my fuck up, if I'm Dana White, I fire the fighter immediately. I don't care how good he is. I really don't, because all these guys make pennies compared to Dana White. Dana White's worth $500 million. This Souza guy, he's not even worth he's not even worth a fucking 1% of Dana White. You should fire him. He jeopardizes the whole fucking sport for you to make 50 grand that night. You're fucking gone. You're fired.
The first shot they get on pay-per-view, which shouldn't be on pay-per-view to begin with, but the first shot we get at a fight after 8 fucking weeks, and then this bullshit happened.
Yeah, and you literally admit it. The first thing out of your mouth, "Oh yeah, so my family had it. Hey, sorry you guys."
Yeah. Hey, forgot to mention that. Oh, fuck.
Everybody needs to step back and look at what happened. 3 people came in affected. Science doctors would have told us they could have affected the whole building by numbers, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's now going to look at the situation in Florida and start thinking twice about opening up events. Thanks, Dana White. They still might do it. Like, listen to what I'm saying. This one was a pay-per-view event, so Florida kind of had to fucking eat it too, right? They look like a bunch of dumbasses themselves. They could drop the ball on this. But are they going to continue to open up? Or are they going to shut it down because of what happened by this one guy and his team?
There should be 2 more events. To my knowledge, all of these 3 events, we're going to have 3 UFC events in like a span of 7 or 8 days, starting with last Friday or last Saturday. So they're all, to my knowledge, they're all going to be in Florida. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same arena or not, but they're all going to be in Florida. So, I mean, what's going to happen with these next 2 events? I hope this is to go down. I mean, who the fuck knows? But if there's like, if everything has been contaminated and has been jeopardized, fuck it. I don't give a shit if there aren't any fights. Fuck it. Let's just keep everyone safe.
Keep it all safe again.
That would qualify as a rant. Dana White called Bob Arum a jackoff. Wait, let me get that straight. Fucking jackoff.
Yeah. And he called Stephen Espinosa like a creepy little fucker or some shit.
Well,
yeah.
He might be. He might be.
He
At
is
the
a
press
creepy
conference,
little fucker. He goes, what the fuck? Was he a lawyer? Was it Stephen?
Right.
You sure it wasn't Stephen
He
Smith?
was Oscar's lawyer. I think you're absolutely right on that.
Oh, yeah, that's what he's saying after the fight. He's like, Stephen Espinosa said, what? Wait. And Dana actually went back and he's like, wait, I got to stay on this topic for a second. Wasn't he a fucking lawyer and doesn't know the difference between disparage and like he didn't understand the verbiage of the contract that Stephen Espinosa implied that you can't say bad shit about the UFC. He goes, I don't care if people say bad shit about the UFC. He goes, it makes a bigger buy rate. He goes, we have a disparaging clause. I mean, that's a big difference. And wasn't he this is his exact words. Wasn't he a fucking lawyer? And he doesn't know the difference in the contract. Arum said he has very little respect for White based on his recent actions. Good luck, fuckers. I just hope not. They're endangering the safety of anybody. By the way, this was said on Wednesday, and I'm sure that Bob, when he heard about Jacare, went,
laughing his ass off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He called them a bunch of outlaws or some shit, right? I forgot what the hell he was. Cowboy something.
Moving on. More from Bob. We'll do 4-fight ESPN cards 2 to 3 times a week starting in Bob fires right back. God bless Bob. We're going to do a fight every 36 hours in June.
Holy shit.
I know what you guys are all waiting for. Hold on. Let me get my throat tuned up. Okay. Listen. All right. Look. All right. We've contacted most of our fighters. We've explained, like, no green cards. Fuck it. All right. You're going to fight. You're going to fight every couple of hours until somebody drops dead. We plan to launch the first in a safe and secure way. I like those dicks at the UFC. We're going to know before you show up if you've got COVID. And then we're going to shoot you in the fucking head. We're going to initially launch in Nevada.
Take you out back.
Know why? Because I can get Nevada to sign off on me, not like you fucking piece of shit. By the way, this probably isn't too far from the truth. We've made arrangements or making arrangements with hotels. We can get everybody tested. Put them in a bubble, for God's sakes. I know you people are thinking that I'm making up some of these lines. I wish I was. That's why we watched the screen.
In a bubble. Damn it.
Fucking bubble prior to the fight. We're going to wrap them in saran wrap. That's what we're going to do.
He's opening up Top Rank Gym for them just to live there, not to train.
And unfortunately, because of a lot of it requires so much extra work and care for the testing, I don't know, like 5 people. That's going to cut into my end of the deal. We're going to limit our first fight show to 4 fights. All right, hold on. Here's the really funny part of this line. They've cut down the entire outside ring group altogether to almost nobody at all at a fight. They're going to fight at the Top Rank Gym, probably for 20 or 30 people, right? but we can't afford 5 to 10 medical workers to test 8 fighters. Is that what Bob's trying to pitch by only doing 4 fight cards? Like, let's just say you had a medical worker for every fighter. That's 8 people who probably don't cost that much. I'm just going to go way out on a limb, and most of them are nurses' aides. The good side is we're arranging with the ESPN to do like 2 or 3 events every week. We're going to do so many, it's going to make your fucking head explode. So because, we're going to take big sports networks like ESPN, ESPN Plus. They don't have live sports, so we're going to be the live sports. It's top level boxing. I mean, you won't have heard of any guys, but it'll be top level boxing. If any of you, as fight fans,
top level
believe
boxing,
if any of you believe that Bob's 4 fight cards starting in June are going to have anybody of any notable reputation, you're high as a kite. Bob's
he didn't name drop one person, Lee. Not one person.
Sending out scrubs. He's sending out.
He put top level. Let's read it one more time. He could have said Ramirez. He could have said Crawford. He could have said Lomachenko. He could have named anybody. Nope. Top level boxing will attract big audiences.
Top level prospects.
You know what, Andrew? You know what, Andrew? It's going to be a Fresno card every 2 to 3 days.
Well, I wish he would have at least dropped one name, though. Like, I got Ramirez waiting right now. He's ready to fight, or you know what I mean? Like, he's going to open up this 4-fight thing. Like, whew, top-level boxing. That sounds fucking intriguing.
A little generic of a term.
God bless Bob Arum and all of his craziness.
I have a feeling that the next time we get inside Top Rank's gym, it's going to look like one of those camps. Like there'll be cyclone fences up and fighters just like wearing all white suits. Like we haven't left here in 2 months.
With beards and shit and long hair. You can see like fucking like tallies on the wall and shit.
Wait, hold on. It's going to look exactly like.
I knew he was going to. God damn, here he goes.
Of course. It's going to look exactly like a border holding situation. This is what it's going to look like.
He's like, I went to these places. They take care of these people.
Yeah. With little cots.
The blue side is in pod number 2.
Hurricane Katrina up in this motherfucker. Oh. Holy shit. Look at that. Jesus.
Yeah, get the Croatians in pod number 3.
That's right. I heard they won't catch it if you keep them all together, Lee.
Oh my God. What? We have reporters? Yeah, put them in pod 4. We got to hold them down. We need barbed wire. We need lots of barbed wire. Oh my gosh, so great. So great. For those of you who don't know, because I don't know if I'll show the video because we've gone way off the deep end on this one. I'm literally looking at border detention facilities. And feel free to type
that's
in.
Bob Arum right there. Oh, no, I thought that was Bob right there. God damn, you guys.
I'm just checking out the facility. I'm just checking it out for the next fight. It's all made of
This is the walkthrough. I'm going to check it out. This is just the walkthrough.
I can nose it down when they're all done. Fucking savages. They don't need a toilet. They can pee on the floor. Fuck them.
Oh, my gosh. What is that big yellow tube? Is that their air? Oh, that don't look nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I've been in prisons that are nicer than this.
Yeah, that didn't look COVID safe right there. Look at that, Lee. That tube's just connected to the other one. Come on. The ladder's on the
ground. We went there and he had tents with fucking hoses connected in front of the Top Rank gym and barbed wire around the facility. Oh my God.
With a big TR logo on the outside.
I'm saving the image. It's so great. I gotta save the image.
You could put the date that they were put in, so that tells Bob what day they're fighting on. He'd be like, "Look at these guys, been here for 2 weeks. They're good.
It's like
they're
being
ready."
A chef. Andrew. It's like being a chef. So when you make food as a chef, you put containers and you write an expiration date on your bags when you put them in the refrigerator. I do it here at home, right? I write the date.
He's gonna put dog tags on them. Shit.
He's
gonna be a dog tag.
No,
he goes.
He's gonna go further than that. Put their ear like Animal Kingdom style and put those big fucking trackers on them, like they used to do on the old animal tracking shows.
He's like, I know you see a lot of cyclone fence and barbed wire, but can we just put on there? I keep them in a bubble. Can we just put that in the report?
There you go. Look, Bob's even got the women lined up for their next fight and in a holding cell in this photo.
Oh, equal opportunity.
Not
Look
right.
at that.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm actually just laughing at Bob. Don't. Oh my God! Don't do it, Lee. Don't.
Let me out.
Don't do it.
I'm wearing a mask.
Oh, hashtag equality.
That's the ring card girls. That's what you guys don't know. Ring card girls getting ready.
Knew it. I fucking knew it. Damn it, Bob.
We're going to hell. We're all three of us are going to hell. So, thanks, Lee.
Which takes us to our next story. Layla Ali will fight Clarissa Shields.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a segue. This segue brought to you by New Amsterdam Black Label. Layla Ali cannot stress enough that she does not need to box again. Yeah, she married Rich, asshole. Fuck. She didn't make it from being Ali's kid. What is Layla Ali by herself? Wait, hold on. Hold on. I got to see her net worth. She can't be worth $10 million. She ain't worth dick. She can fight. And that's because of her husband.
Now, what's her husband worth? Curtis Conway. What's he worth? $5 million?
Way more than that. 10 million. How can they be worth the same thing?
Same thing? What the hell? What?
Oh, they're kind of married.
Red flag.
Married. Red flag. I throw the flag.
They'll be rated because of Fight Net Radio tomorrow.
Personal foul on celebrity net worth. Cross-contaminating net worth. 5 yard. Repeat first down.
Yes. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
How can she be asking? How can she ask for the same money that she's worth? Are you really worth 5 to 10 million if you're only worth that in your whole career?
I don't ever have to fight again, Andrew. I'm clear. Nevertheless, Ali is intrigued by facing off against Clarissa Shields. All right, here's a piece of advice. You shouldn't be. Clarissa's a man. We've documented it well on this show. And until she pulls out her gig and actually shows that there's a vagina, she's 42 years old. She got to shut up, okay? Clarissa Shields is a 25-year-old three-division champion with two Olympic, two-time Olympic
Undisputed champ. She's going to fight titles.
He's a bad dude. I don't know what. Shields says that Ali is requesting $5 million guaranteed. Okay, if you got $10 million, $5 million ain't worth it. I don't think, in my opinion.
The promoter has to be looking at like, hold on, wait a minute. You're only worth 10, but you want me to pay you 5. Something's not adding up here.
I'm in control of the situation. Trust and believe, Ali said. So when we want to promote, we start talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying says a million things. Okay? All right. So does all the work, which is great because I do have time to do it. Yeah, okay. So I have the situation under control. You're 42, bitch. What are you talking about? Are you that sick of your husband already?
Oof.
Seriously, what is she talking? She wants to fight. Look, I think it's batshit crazy every time I want to bring up fighting a 25-year-old. And I'm at least well aware in my own brain that it's batshit crazy to fight someone half my age. I don't even know what planet she's on for thinking that. Poor Clarissa. Hey, help. I'll fight for $1 million. Clarissa's the only one who's really getting screwed in all this. Clarissa can only be worth. Oh, she can't be worth. What could Clarissa Shields be worth?
Huh. Good question.
$1 million, $2 million?
Yeah, right? I was thinking $1.5 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, $1 million.
1 to 5 million.
Oh, sweet.
And it says approximately though. Like,
yeah.
We could put our name in there for that one.
He needs to marry. He needs to marry like a famous actress or something, or like a WNBA star or something.
A WNBA coach.
I just don't know where, it's a nice dream to say that you could fight for $5 million. I don't see the fight generating $5 million. No woman boxing match ever has. I believe they've only had one fight that gave $1 million purse. And so no, I don't see this working if they want that much money.
For the record, I'm following Mia St. John still because I'm pretty sure she'll do it for about 50 grand. And we might actually get to see her tits again. So, and she's not looking bad for her age. I'm just saying that out loud. Shout out to Clarissa.
No, how old is she at this point? I don't even know how old she is now.
Mia is got to be this. Mia St. John is got to be about the same age, right? 67. She's a year older than me.
Whoa.
She's 53.
All right.
Damn. And by the way, follow her on Instagram. That's pretty close to what she looks like right now. She's pretty legit still. She looks really good for her age. And she's sober, which she talks about daily. And mental health. I'm guessing she tried to kill herself because she's really on the bandwagon of mental health. So good for her. She has a project. And back to Clarissa. Hey.
Oh, well, that's her husband. Her husband whacked himself. Didn't that star right there? Isn't that
Christophe St. John?
Did he whack himself?
I don't know.
Oh, good question.
Happened. No,
Yeah.
She suffers from it.
Oh, okay.
She's always suffered from it. Always. Always, always. And she still talks about it all the time. That's all she talks about in her half naked pictures. And she likes to be half naked all the time.
They're crying again. Mia St. John blames his death. See, told you that dude died. Ex-wife Mia St. John blames his death. Yeah, I knew that.
On herself, probably.
Wait, but did he blow himself away, or was this just like accidental? What the hell?
Oh, hospital.
Oh, shit.
Her son committed suicide.
Oh, wait, hold on. Son?
Yeah, that's what
Or his son did. Their son did?
Yeah, or something.
There's too many people on that damn.
Look, here's the reality. I'm gonna call it exactly for what it is. When you have mental health issue, like I do, it means it's probably in your family as well. Which, I don't know all the particulars. I'm just telling you, I know this from myself. I've got some fucked up people with some fucked up wiring in my family. So the reality is, it's not that shocking.
Oh, look it's the same. Go down. Yeah, it looks like, was this a mental hospital they were in?
Her 24-year-old Julian committed suicide.
Mental health hospital. Yeah, so they both committed in
This
there.
is long after she was divorced. She's been divorced from St. John forever. She's been banging. She was banging a doctor for a couple of years, a dentist no less, who's one of those way too muscular guys who looks like he's juicing. Then I think she broke up. I'm not saying that I stalk her. I'm not saying that at all.
No, not at all.
But her Instagram posting is absolutely fascinating. I highly recommend it. She is my female Jessie Vargas. She is legit. But I realize that if I start reposting her on the level that I repost Jessie Vargas, I will get a cease and desist. There you go. Oh, and by the way, let's check in with Clarissa. Where are you, Clarissa? Hey, let me out. Please let me out. Is there a blow up photo of you, Clarissa? Oh, good. Blowed up pictures of Clarissa trapped. Trap.
Oh, nice.
Trap. See if we can find a good one. Oh, there we go. Hey, help.
We're gonna have to Photoshop her in there somewhere.
I'm in
And
with
then
a bunch of women.
it seems like they don't know the difference between a male and a female. It says male juvenile holding cell.
They got it
Juvenile
right
holding
if
cell.
it's got Clarissa in it.
Oh,
you guys knew that.
You set him up, knock him down.
You set it up.
Set him up, knock
Mikey
him down.
Garcia. Wait, this is one of my favorite stories. Here we go again, boxing writers. When you guys are, by the way, shout out to Miguel Rivera. Let's see if he even comes close to what I think is the actual story here. Mikey Garcia praises Andy Ruiz's decision to hire Eddie Reynoso. First of all,
yep.
There you go. That's your story right there.
That's your story. Guess who's signing with Eddie next, Lee?
First of all, who the fuck is Mikey Garcia anymore? I thought he went away with COVID-19. Like, I thought that the best thing that came out of COVID was we didn't have to hear any more from Mikey Garcia talking about how he wanted to lose to the next guy in some other way. You know what Mikey Garcia is? He's the Mexican-American Amir Khan at this point.
It's a good one.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Definitely whoring himself.
He is a whore, but he's getting paid, and I can't. What's Mikey Garcia up to? He's got to be at least at Clarissa Shields' money, right? I'm so.
Oh yeah, $5 million to 10. Yeah, that's not bad.
He's at 4, bro.
Oh shit!
He's cruising right along.
He could have been so much bigger, though. I'm sorry. If he would have stayed with Top Rank, he would have been worth way more than $4 million. I mean, there was a point. Timothy Bradley, we looked him up. He was worth $15 million. Timothy fucking Bradley. Like Mikey Garcia should have been worth way more than $4 million at this
but
point.
$4 million in North Las Vegas, Miguel. How far can you stretch $4 million?
Oh hell, fuck yeah! You best believe it, son. Yeah, hell yeah. But
Fuck,
he's wait. He's here.
There.
Isn't he like in Oxnard or whatever the hell?
Oxnard, yeah, he's in Oxnard, where he can still stretch the money.
Yeah,
Same
but yeah,
difference.
not as much though. I mean, we're talking about Southern California. That shit's expensive as
No, Oxnard is not Southern California. No, don't confuse yourself.
How much
That's like saying Fresno's near San Francisco.
Right.
No, it's not. No, it's not even near Sacramento. You know what it's close to?
Yeah.
Stockton. Okay, that should tell you everything all by itself. You know what Fresno's near? Bakersfield. There you go. Shout out to Mike. Bakersfield.
Yeah, I was a
Fucking kidding me. Go move to North Las Vegas, dude, and be a $4 millionaire. All right. I mean, just
hell yeah.
fucking Mikey. I don't even want to read the story. I'm not giving Mikey Garcia the time. Mayweather
If I was his brother, I'd be sure nervous that he's trying to sign with Eddie Reynoso here soon. You got to remember, he said his brother didn't even want him as a welterweight, so there could be some little rifts there over where Mikey's career should actually be at. Maybe he wants to, he likes skipping town on people a lot. Mikey has no problem with fighting a contract and getting out of there.
Well, this was fight with was it a one fight deal, right? With fucking
Yeah,
Hearn and
the zone, yes sir.
Yeah.
Moving forward, Floyd Mayweather swears really, I swear it's based on Kobe. I swear it's based on my ex-wife. I swear it's based on my dad and my uncle. And he's doing dad and uncle things now, okay? He's literally up to family members about not wanting to fight again. By the way, if he picks out one more person, I will flat out guarantee Floyd Mayweather is fighting again, okay? He's denied it so much. He's just one more person away from me calling bullshit on it because nobody's buying off on it. By the way, I'm hoping Jake Donovan doesn't buy off on it because, by the way, the story here is Floyd trying to convince everybody he doesn't really want to fight. So the recent passing of his beloved uncle, promoter Floyd Mayweather, of his uncle, has prompted Floyd Mayweather Jr. to carry out a new legacy while also ensuring that history doesn't repeat itself. Despite continued rumors of his comeback in the works for 2020, started by Floyd, I might add. The only one who started the rumor was Floyd, who just kept retweeting at people, I'll fight you. Floyd was never fighting this year. Floyd couldn't find a fight. Floyd couldn't find the money. The former pound-for-pound king, 5-division champion, insists he is forever done with boxing at the competitive level. There you go. When they talk,
didn't he name his price recently, like $600 million or some dumb shit like that?
Well, no, he didn't even do that. He's like, well, if somebody like Tenshin wants to fight for $1 million in an exhibition, I'll do it. He's all about taking the pennies off the floor, and in his mind, $1 million fight with a sparring partner is $1 million fight, and it's worth it to him because he doesn't have to train. I get it. But if you want me to believe that this is about Roger dying and not wanting to wind up like Roger, I call bullshit on that. Floyd is never
yeah, you're right. This is bullshit. Floyd fights for money, and if the money's there, Floyd will get in the ring. The money's not there. Look, the only place in boxing where the money would be there possibly is a Canelo fight, but Canelo's too big for Floyd now. Canelo's fighting at super middleweight and light heavyweight, and Floyd is nowhere near either of those, so that fight's not going to happen. There was another fighter, a legend, who used to say he didn't want to fight into his late years because of the.
Hold on, Mike Tyson. Evander Holyfield,
Mike Tyson. I was going to go with Roy Jones.
George Foreman.
Roy Jones is talking. Roy Jones used to tell everybody, I'm not going to end up like these past fighters, Gerald McLennan being his biggest example. Not going to fight past my prime. Not going to fight past my prime. The last time Roy Jones was in the ring, he was fighting for free against Bernard Hopkins on a bogus contract that said he would get a percentage of the pay-per-view that absolutely bombed, and he never got a penny for that fight. This is what happens to all boxers. They get caught into, not only do they get caught into the ego side of it, which I think Layla Ali's going through with Shields, waking up thinking you can still take out a 25-year-old when you're 42 and haven't been in the ring in years. I think Floyd goes through the same thing. I think Roy Jones and all the guys you just named went through it. They all go through it. Then you have the money issues. Okay, we know Floyd has made a lot of money in his career. So many IOUs out there. The guy doesn't know where they're coming from anymore. I think Floyd's the type of man who used to walk into jewelry stores and just pick shit. And because he was Floyd Mayweather, they just wrote him a bill. They didn't ask for money. Now that he's retired, I think all those bills are starting to come in. He's starting to see a whole lot of shit out there that he's been buying and just taking the fucking bills and not paying for. They're all coming in to get their money now. And eventually Floyd, because of his spending habits, I believe will be fighting again. I just don't know if it's going to be in the ring or if one day he's actually going to have to sell out and get in the octagon for $500 billion.
Is that really selling out, Andrew?
Yes, because he will be doing a James Toney. He will be in almost 45, probably years old at this time. He'll be in no fighting shape whatsoever. Wouldn't have been in the ring for 10 plus years against an opponent. I believe him and Pacquiao, their 5-year anniversary just went up.
Let me cry my tears with $1,000.
I'm not crying your tears, but I would be upset. No, as a boxing fan, I would not want to see Floyd sell out to the UFC just for money. But eventually, it could happen. It really could. If Floyd can keep that and dangle the carrot in front of the UFC long enough, they will pay him for that fight because they know they'll get a win off of it. They wouldn't have known that a few years ago. At 45 and being out of the ring for 10 fucking years or 7 years, 8 years, whatever it would have been. No, Floyd's probably going to lose that fight in the octagon. I don't know why the UFC hasn't done it. I'm dead serious. The UFC should have fought this guy already.
He has, based on reports, a shit ton of money. His biggest problem was he never found a business venture that made him hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, his best friend 50 Cent came up with vitamin water, and he makes more money from vitamin water than he does from anything else. He only has to make an album when he feels like making an album. Floyd is ultimately going to have to fight again to keep that lifestyle going.
It's the lifestyle.
Yeah, it's like exactly. And even 50 said it too. He's like, he's got too many yes people around him. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody tells Floyd no. So that's the reason like they got beef, because when Floyd or when 50 was trying to tell him like, no, dude, this is how it fucking goes. And it's like, no, you don't tell me how the fuck it goes. And it's like, all right, well, fine, fuck off then. So it's like they've had beef because they just can't come to terms with stuff. But it's like Floyd has got too many yes people around him. That's probably why he can't find himself a worthy business venture that'll make him millions of dollars. That doesn't have to do with fighting.
Go back to the most famous moment, Al Heyman getting, not Al Heyman. What's his name? Getting fired at Wing Shack over a disagreement with Floyd. Yeah. Leonard Ellerby getting fired at fucking Wings and Things because he doesn't get along with Floyd. I mean, first of all, that's where you went, but I get it. I guess they're good wings, I guess. But, dude, I can't. He's just too full of himself. And these little press rants that he goes on, that he keeps pushing out every week, that I'm not going to fight. We are now officially on month number 2 or 3 of doing stories about him telling us he's not going to fight. I'm telling you definitively right now, he's going to fight again.
I think he just doesn't have an opponent.
In the ring, you think? In the boxing ring?
He's going to take a boxing match, or he'll take some kind of. He'll find somebody to pay him $1 million to beat up a kickboxer or something. If
the money gets low enough, he'll take a fight anywhere. Right now, I still think he has options. But when Floyd goes broke, he is gonna want that. I don't see Floyd fighting for $1 million, Lee. I see him wanting to act like he's still the man, and it's potential that the UFC might get him at a decent price. They wait a little bit longer. I know here in boxing, there's no one that generates that type of money for him anymore. Not even a Terrence Crawford fight, I think, right now would generate Floyd $180 million or whatever he was cashing in on right before he left. Crawford's momentum has totally died. Yes, he has diehards that know him, but besides that, no one else knows Terrence Crawford anymore. Amir Khan over even in Dubai might bring him 25 million, but it's not going to do what he was making when he left. I don't know if he takes the Amir Khan fight. That's about the only opponent that I see Floyd actually looking at seriously besides a Manny Pacquiao showdown would be an Amir Khan in Dubai because of the situation that it would bring him a hefty check and it's a very winnable fight.
Well, Macau has the money. I mean, if you talk Pacquiao Mayweather, which is the real feasible boxing match, right? Because
no,
Floyd,
Lee, they
Floyd
went over that
last
fight
week,
way too many times.
I get that. But a week ago, Floyd randomly said Manny was faking the shoulder injury. Well, no shit, Sherlock. We all knew he was faking the injury the night the injury was told to all of us because nobody heard of the injury prior to the injury.
I do got to say, though, with this COVID-19 thing, I've been watching some doctors, right? And Lee, did you know that the sand at the beach and the water of the salt water in the ocean does have microorganisms that cure things in the body? I found that really interesting that they said. I immediately told Christina, what the fuck? So Manny wasn't lying. He might have took a swim and those little microorganisms got up in his shoulder, bro. Swear to God, it was on the news, dude. What the fuck? Manny might not be lying.
That's quite a theory.
John Edwards is going to be on touring. You can go talk to the dead as well, Andrew. That's also something that's out there.
Man, oh man, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna go take a swim in the ocean and see what it does for me.
I was in it just the other day, and I was surrounded by bioluminescent red crap. But I digress.
Oh shit.
No, we have bioluminescence happening here off the California coast, and let me.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's stinky red shit, is what it is during the day. It's stinky red shit. At night, it turns blue. Feel free to go follow me on social media and look at the photos. But during the day, it's red shit that if you're allergic to pollen or anything, makes you sick as a fucking dog. Showtime has decided to get back into boxing and MMA, and here's how they're going to do it.
I know. They're
Bob
so
Backus,
sad.
president and CEO of Viacom CBS, said, we, by the way, are looking forward to bringing back live sports, and we're going to be the one of the first with golf.
Golf.
Okay. Wow. Socially distanced already.
On Showtime? What the fuck?
The nature of golf probably makes it a little bit simpler than other sports. Right. You don't need a crowd. Right.
Yeah. You just need to be quiet.
It's golf. By the way, we've set up a soundstage at Radford Studios in Studio City, and we're going to be putting on Bellator, MMA, and boxing.
Oh.
See right there, though? Wait, I believe they should have used the same line Bob Arum did. What did he put? Top level.
Hold on, we haven't heard from Espinosa yet. Let's see.
Okay. All right.
Steven Espinosa, president of sports and event programming for Showtime, told BoxingScene.com, shocker, a CBS guy talked to a CBS website. So surprised. In an interview earlier this week, the premium cable network looking for anything to get viewers said this. I added the last part, everyone, by the way. It's actually a very nice article.
It's basically what it says, though.
Yeah, pretty much. We need to take our time and come back with the right fights at the right time. I got to stop his bullshit right there.
I know,
The
man.
last 5 fights that were on Showtime were the biggest dog shit fight cards ever.
Yep.
Like, we've been doing Showbox bullshit cards for week after week after week. COVID helped you, Steven. You still have a job. I don't want to break it to you. The worst thing, you better find out if you got anybody real under contract. See if Deontay's willing to come back right now and headline a card. That'll get you.
No, they're not, and that's why they're saying Bellator now. Boxing events with Bellator. That's the name drop. There is Bellator. He didn't name drop any fucking buddy from the PBC.
Why aren't they out of business yet? My only question goes back to the same thing I keep going back to. How are they not out of business yet? How has Steven Espinosa not been fired and run out of boxing?
I think Showtime's almost out, and maybe they just threw him we don't know. They might have thrown him a few bucks. Like, here's $200,000. What can you do with it? And he was like, yay, I'm going to go make some boxing matches. Like, there's nothing there, Lee. There's nothing there. This is a company that struggles for fucking good shows anyways. Like, they're not HBO. None of their they don't have hit series like HBO. They're not big on their blockbusters like HBO. You've never heard Showtime go, we put $1 billion into the summer box office. You've never heard Showtime say that. Yeah, no, this is bullshit. Top level boxing again.
Checking back in on Clarissa Shields.
She's actually the only one. Her and Tank Davis will probably be doing the first card. Gervonta Davis and Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa Shields. Fighting Layla Ali for not $5 million. Don't want to break it to anybody.
Yeah, with 2-minute
not
rounds.
paying that. We'll give you a lifetime subscription. They get a subscription to Showtime. They will.
Hey, the Steven Espinosa calculator. They might have got Ali. They might have got Ali.
But she has respect for family, Andrew. She knows where her bread is buttered. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that we are going to be one of the first ones to come back. We are not going to come back for the sake of coming back and doing something. Well, that's because you have nothing to do, Dick. We're a premium network and we do premium level fights. Okay, like this is a joke. This is a joke right here. All right, wait, I'm going to try this. Nobody helpsies, all right? No helpsies. Miguel, name the last premium level fight that Showtime put on.
And just Showtime, not pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I
I
would
was
assume.
just gonna say like fucking Fury and when Wilder won. Shit, you got me, dude.
Yeah, no, Showtime. We're talking that we got to turn on Showtime and watch the championship fight. Fuck me, I don't know. Maybe before the PBC was made.
Might have been. Was it Ortiz and fucking Ortiz too and Wilder?
Oh yeah, there you go. It has to be a Wilder fight. It has to be. Lee.
It has to be a Wilder fight, exactly.
Wilder Ortiz 2 was regular Showtime.
I want to say I don't think it was pay per view. Honestly,
Oh,
I'm
you know
almost
what?
positive I saw it. Or what?
He might be right. He might have been on pay per view. Lee might be right.
Oh shit, for real? Even with Ortiz too?
Yeah. I don't know if that was because I remember a lot of people at my house, and you know what? Most of the time when I had family over, that means that shit was on pay per view.
Damn.
And I know that first
Did you pass the hat at those events, Andrew?
You know,
When you have to
Lee,
buy-
my family,
I know.
No, but we're all boxing guys. They know to hand over money. They don't have to be passing nothing. When they leave, they usually give me 20s.
They give you an envelope.
Yeah.
They have
Yes.
private
Or bring beer or something. They know
Yes,
how to
yes.
There is a feeling that the audience is desperate for sports. Really, what gave it away? The fact that twice
that
people
calculator
watched
is.
UFC last week, dickhead.
Did you guys see the new tournament that they had? What do you call it? You know how they did the Rocky one, right? And then we did the Rocky one, and we did the heavyweight.
The heavyweights, yeah.
Yes. Now they have one with Marvel Comics. Did you guys see that one?
Oh, jeez. Wait, who's the stage? Showtime or who? Fuck.
Yeah, they have one with Marvel Comics going around right now. So yeah, we are desperate for any kind of entertainment right now.
Here's how bad it is. We didn't get new MCU universe movies this summer. So now you guys are online hypothetically trying to figure out the most powerful Marvel character? Really? Notice they don't have one for the DC. I'll just cut to the chase. Superman. They've actually written the story arc already. There's a feeling that the audience is desperate for sports. What? That's a shocker. It's only been 2 months, which is probably true, but we're not gonna take advantage. How do they not fire him on that sentence? If I was
because he has no money.
Was the CEO of the company, I would literally fire him for saying we're not going to take advantage of that. Yeah,
and now we know why Showtime's in the current position that they're in.
No kidding.
Exactly.
You got Bellator.
Because he's using our calculator of his to calculate this.
No shit. Go. If you got Bellator, ship their asses on down to Florida where they don't give a fuck in Jacksonville and let those guys fight. Get some viewers, dickhead.
Nope.
And then throw a bunch of stuff out and say we're back. No, you do that regularly. You throw a bunch of shit out and just go, here, it's Showbox. It's the next generation.
Yes.
Tomorrow, do it with the deep voice. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Showbox, where you won't remember a single one of these fighters.
No, it's Stephen Farhood and fucking what's the other dude's
you
name?
Can't even get
Can't think of the name. Yeah.
Here's how bad it is. You can't get Mauro Ranallo to do Showbox anymore. You lost him to
and
the
not
WWE. Oh my
Showbox used to be entertaining, right? Didn't they had like a string of like 18 world champions or something came off his ShoBox, and that just all went away. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Maybe you run out of prospects. Who knows? But it just seems like the quality
there was
of
a ton
fighters.
of them. Yeah, guys like fucking Bradley and shit was on there, and Ward and everything. Those guys were dope, man. I mean, they eventually became something.
Clarissa. They got Clarissa.
Yeah.
And they've got the Grand
Chad
Ballroom.
Dawson. They had all those badass dudes.
Listen, they've got a guaranteed contract with the Trump Plaza Hotel for all the Clarissa Shields fights you can bear to watch against nobody. They fight in literally the shittiest venues that look like high school gymnasiums. Like, I don't even know what Espinosa is smoking. Clearly, he's on drugs on some level. He might have been hit by a bus. He might have COVID. I'm just speculating out loud. But fuck, I won't take advantage of the situation. If I had Bellator in my back pocket, everybody in the organization, along with Tito Ortiz, would be on a fucking airplane to Jacksonville going, line up, bitches. You're going to fight. As quick as we can crank your asses out. And start putting them on every week and call it the Challenger Series from Bellator on Showtime. Probably do better numbers.
Hey, they did that with Strikeforce. Remember back in the day, they did that shit. They had the exact same version of like ShoBox, Challengers or whatever the fuck they called it.
Yes,
what do they call it? ShoBox. Yeah, right.
And it was such a
it
good
was for
idea
Strikeforce. Yeah.
by the guy who runs Bellator. Back then, he owned Strikeforce. That Dana wound up buying. And Dana bought him.
Yeah, exactly. Scott Coker. That dude. I mean, he's the president right now for Bellator. That dude knows what's up, man. He's no idiot.
Nope. He's got all the money. What's Scott Coker got? Because he sold for a lot.
Yeah, he sold for $40 million. I think he sold Bellator for $40 million.
What's he
back
at
in
right
2011?
now?
I think it was.
Only 20. Scott, what are you doing? And you live in Vegas, so I already know this for a fact. You got to live in North Vegas, bro. You can't live by Copperfield with $20 million. You got to be embarrassed. I mean, I don't want to break it to you, but I think Chris Angel has more money.
No, he's in San Jose, isn't it? Is that where
Scott Coker originally was from San Jose, but I'm telling you, he lives in Vegas.
Oh,
for a fact. And trains out of Vegas. He still trains pretty religiously. I follow him.
Yeah, he was like a stuntman or some shit. Yeah, I follow him too. He's cool.
He's actually
doesn't follow me though.
Good guy. I've met him a couple of times. Yeah. And our last story, because I just want to hear Andrew say what happened on Sunday. What happened this week? We discussed the heavyweight division, Andrew. How many home runs did I hit?
Oh shit. I mean, not how many you hit. You hit the biggest one with the Briggs Tyson thing. Now we don't know if it's real or not. Look, there's now the man saying it might not be real. But
this up before you go off. This is hilarious. Holyfield.
Yeah, I don't want. None of us said Bo.
By the way, if you have not seen Riddick Bowe, because go to signings like I do, Riddick Bowe right now
does not
like
look
that.
good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what Riddick Bowe looks like. There. I'm gonna put him in COVID jail with Clarissa in a minute. Once you see this photo.
It's almost like Holyfield just doesn't like Bo and wants to beat him up. Like, leave that man alone. He had one great night. That was his whole career. Leave him alone.
Yep, that's where he peaked. That was it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just let him have it. Damn it, just let him have it.
I'm sending you directly to Clarissa's Shields jail. Do not pass go. Hey. Oh my gosh. I just want to drop in a Riddick Bowe standing in the background with his face in the back wall. Like his head's in the corner.
Or something.
If someone could do that and just put all of Top Rank stables on all of their heads and we'll just call it the Top Rank gym.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there they are side by side. It doesn't even look right. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, nobody wants to see Bo. Bo can't, you talk about Tommy Hearns not being able to deliver a sentence. Nobody wants to see Riddick Bowe back in the ring. We threw out names like James Toney. He hit it. James Toney wanted in. Briggs, Tyson, they were all in. And no one said Bo, and there's reasons, people. Stop it. Leave this man alone.
I think even Lewis wanted a place in the pie, too.
Am I mistaken? Riddick Bowe's the one that had a eating.
Yes. By the way,
he loves cakes and got a sugar high. And all.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, that's him. Oh yeah, that's him.
Okay, all right, yeah. He almost died.
what I would be interested in, and I would buy pay-per-view. A spelling contest between Evander and Riddick. I am all.
Did you say you'd want to see him read a book? You're a dick.
Read a book, a spelling contest, simple math problems, smarter than a second grader, any of that shit I watch and just fucking laugh. And then it would be sad after a while. I realized I couldn't watch it for too long, but
you can see it to the end.
It's good for an hour or two at least, right? Like it's a, what do they call it? An academic decathlon. And they do shit from like second grade. And my money is still on Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, I'm going to say my money.
I'd have to make him the favorite, like plus
Can we get a net worth? Can we get a net worth? Because I know Holyfield's is like 17 cents. Can we see what Riddick Bowe's is? Holyfield fucking just impregnated like all of Georgia. That's why he lost all his money.
Exactly. That dude's
30 grand.
30 grand. God damn it, Bowe. Damn you.
That's pretty impressive. Holy shit.
That's almost what I got back in taxes, Lee. Damn you, Bowe.
Hold on. What's Evander at? We got to see Evander now.
It's like minus 17
500. Like he's worth 500,000.
There you go. Right. It's probably a lie. Don't believe it, people, but I'll clap anyway.
That's probably true.
All right.
That's true. Evander has been.
How many of you want to bet right now Riddick Bowe doesn't have any money in his checking account right now?
Oh, of course. This is net worth, so this is like a piece of pride. He might the house he owns. I don't fucking know. His car. There you go. Yes.
Oh my God.
There's a chance he lost the mansion that he bought with the Holyfield money, but not the car, and it's 30 grand today.
Listen, Stephen Espinosa, wherever you are, I'm giving you something for Showtime. Holyfield versus Bowe, academic decathlon on pay-per-view. You got to promise them like 100 grand each. I mean, it'll be the cheapest show you produce by far. You need two people, a stage, and a teacher via remote. She can do it on Skype or something. Like, you don't even need her there. She's not going to want to catch whatever these guys have. I don't even think you have to test them for COVID, so don't sweat it. I mean, don't worry about it. Just
Holyfield's scared of Tyson, isn't he? Mike Tyson's out there putting
the video. Not only did I see the video of Tyson and went, I don't want to get hit by that just once. And then when Tyson said it this week, he goes, I'm feeling pretty good for me. And then George came out and watched the video and talked to Mike. He's like, yeah, Mike can actually beat most of the heavyweights that are in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, it just something tells me Holyfield was like, let someone call Bowe. We'll see what he's up to. Like,
yeah,
right? Hey, Miggs, he's like clearly showed he's ready to do an exhibition bout tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, did I hear someone say Bowe? Like, no one said it. No one said Bowe. No.
Nobody said Bowe. Holyfield 4. What do you? No, they said Tyson 3. Yeah, no. You know what the problem is? He mumbles so much.
Yeah.
He's all like, keep your Bowe.
He's got the fucking southern accent, and then he mumbles on top of that, too.
He said, Bowe. Okay, I'll fight Bowe. How much do I be making for fighting Bowe? Oh, my God. Academic decathlon. I'm Stephen Espinosa. I'm booking your network for you. It would be the biggest pay-per-view you've done outside of something with Deontay. I'm telling you, I'd watch it. Shit, it'd be an internet sensation. Just do it on YouTube. Charge like $1. I think it would be great. Then it'll probably go viral.
Like $1.
You get at least 1 million people. Let those two guys split it up. I mean, it would be a great thing for learning and telling people to stay in school. I mean,
why doesn't Riddick Bowe have his net worth taken off the internet? That's kind of embarrassing, bro. Can you remove that? Can he be like, you know what? That's not my net worth. Can you guys remove that?
Yeah.
He has 5 kids. That's your first problem. That's
12. He was. Oh, Bowe was.
Wait, did I just say that out loud with Andrew on the phone? 5 months after his separation, which, by the way, there's your second problem, because if you're going to have 5 kids, you better stay married, because it's going to get real expensive real fast. 5 months after his separation, Bowe was arrested and later convicted for kidnapping his ex-wife and children. Good job, Bowe.
He was trying to patch things up, Lee. Trying to patch things up.
Yeah. His way.
Having recently gone through a sort of a breakup, with lots of money involved in houses and all that. You know, all that, Andrew? Nowhere in my mind did I go, I know what'll make it better if I kidnap her and try to convince her that I'm the only person in her life.
Hey, well, let's see. How much money did he blow through? Does it actually say on the top? Go to the top of the.
No. They're too embarrassed to say what he's actually made.
Wow.
Just the fact that he has 30 grand.
Yeah, I would have that removed. I'm not even a celebrity. Fuck you guys. I'm Riddick Bowe. Take me down now.
God damn.
Damn, he's 52. Wow. Yeah, he looks 60.
How do I look better than Riddick Bowe? I mean, how is that a thing? This is a professional level fighter, and I look better than him at the same age.
Because isn't Holyfield's 57, you guys, and he looks better than Bowe? You see that right there?
Holyfield looks better than me, as he should. He looks like a former expert. Look, Mike Tyson looks like $1 million right now.
It's terrible.
Oh, so sad. So sad.
But once again, Holyfield, no one is asking for Bowe for. Nobody.
Yeah, I am. I am.
For the record.
I'd be asking for Bowe. I'll be taking Bowe right now. Anytime, anywhere.
Hey, Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis said, I've been training. Holyfield said, what? I hear Bowe. Bowe?
Yeah.
Bowe Holyfield 4 on Showtime. Where's Don King? Bowe Holyfield 4, Showtime.
Oh
yeah,
God. That came to the
Oh my
equation.
God! Again, Stephen Espinosa, if you're listening, all of these heavyweights are dirt cheap. If you put on the Super Six of old farts, dude, you got a gold mine waiting to happen. It's just
with a shot at Deontay Wilder for the end on Showtime.
On Showtime. Bowe Holyfield 4.
I mean, it's not like we haven't seen it, right? How old was George Foreman when he fought for the heavyweight championship? So
in his 40s, bro.
No, he was in his 50s.
When he fought for the title, when he won, it was like 45. Yeah, when he beat Michael Moore, he was 45.
45.
So when was he in his 50s?
He wasn't. He quit.
The late 90s.
And got a grill. He got a grill, bro.
All right.
Right after that fight, then he got beat up real bad in the fight and went, this is dumb, and I own a grill that George Foreman's worth $1 billion.
No, George Foreman did not lose. They stole the belt from him. When they gave it to Alex Schultz, I think it was, that was bullshit.
No, it was Briggs. Wasn't it Briggs? I think it was Shannon Briggs.
I remember Schultz. I thought it was Alex Schultz that they robbed him on HBO. They just didn't want that old man doing it anymore.
By the way, here's the one name you're not going to come out because he's got $300 million.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a grill.
That's right.
All right. George Foreman, box wreck. He's not coming back.
No one said he's coming back.
You guys.
No, I wanted to point out, could one of these guys actually...
He lost to Shannon Briggs at the very end. He got the win over Axel. He lost. It was the Tommy Morrison fight that he disputed the most.
Oh.
But
then what's right? It's Briggs. Majority decision. No, you're right, Miguel. It's Briggs. In one of these fights where he was robbed, bro, and it's the Briggs fight. He did not lose that fight. Yeah, he did not lose that fight. Mm-hmm. And so then Alex Schultz is the one that he probably should have lost. Maybe I have that one confused. You see how the Alex Schultz is a win majority decision? That's probably the loss he should have had. And they're like, fuck Alex Schultz, who's that guy? And gave it to Shannon Briggs.
I was at the Tommy Morrison fight when he lost to Tommy, who beat him. And then Tommy doesn't get the shot at Michael Moore, which is hilarious. George does for whatever reason. And steals that by knockout. He beats Schultz, who wasn't even ranked. Crawford Grimsley, I don't even remember that fight. I do remember Lou Severies, which was a split decision. And I don't know. We'd have to rewatch it. I don't know if it was.
So he's about 48 years old there? He's about 48 in the Shannon Briggs.
All right.
When he loses it, something like that. Yeah.
And he's
when he wins it, he was 45. So that was when he beat Moore. So 3 years after that,
born in 1949, and that's 97.
All right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Wow. He's out. What? Bowe Holyfield 4. Bo Holyfield 4.
So it's pushing 57. Can't do it. Maybe Tyson. What's Tyson? 52, 50. What is Tyson? 54,
53, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
53 last I read.
Damn it.
But Bo Holyfield 4. What about that?
Will you stop saying that? He's like, see, someone said it. Cut that.
I know. He's gonna hear this and be like, "See, I told you I wasn't the only one." Like, no.
I heard the voices in my head. No, you didn't. I said you should do an academic decathlon because it would be hilarious. Show kids that they need to see in school and explain what two very old guys doing the very wrong thing. Like this just says I got a death wish in Holyfield's case. Like Holyfield's, fuck it, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
These kids. Tired of giving these money to these kids.
No shit. And if Bo takes the fight for whatever psychotic,
you know how many court papers he probably received in his life over women wanting more money? Holy shit! What he had 9 wives, 11 kids.
He's got a lot of kids, bro. He got so many
Tyson
kids.
fight? Yes, all 9 wives.
I can't even make jokes. He's got so many kids. He's got so many kids. I can't even make fun of how many kids he has. That's how many kids he has. Like it's not even.
I remember
that
him
funny.
as like him having a fucking kick-ass mansion and like every room was taken.
Right.
Some shit like
Right. Not only that, I actually watched the special that showed him getting evicted from that place.
Oh, that's not right.
Oh shit.
Look at the kids. Like you got to click a more button to look at all of his goddamn kids. He's got 12 kids.
And only one of them fights? Damn.
Yeah, a little Evander Jr., baby.
Yeah. Little holy.
Little hole. Yeah, you got a little hole there, kid.
Oh,
Daddy didn't fill it for you. Jesus Christ. What a mess. Evander, your message should be stay in school. I feel like
he should have brought out a condom. What the fuck?
And I think it's like by a half dozen baby mamas too.
Oh, hey, Miguel, we had so many deals when me and Lee first got started. We thought he should have brought out a Bible. He should have brought out a fucking
the Bible,
was it, Lee?
Bible with the holy roller outfit that he wore
to
the
a first aid kit. A first aid kit if you're bit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of money out there for that man.
All the merch. That was the merch.
Yeah. Like he said, like Leo, he said George Foreman came out with the grill and retired. Holyfield had, especially that religion thing. Man, they were so high on the religion when we first got through with Tyson.
Yeah, they milked him for everything on that station and didn't give him a dime. He might have gotten a free potluck or two, but he got dick.
Yep.
He was.
Hey, remember when he had a heart condition?
Oh yeah.
Back on that. Yep, they could have scored in on that one. Doesn't. No, he missed out on a lot of money.
God cured him, Andrew.
Hey, whatever. Hey, all I know, he might have swam in the ocean. They have microorganisms that can heal the body.
That'll do it for this week's fight.
Can he even swim?
Right there. Hold on. Let's one last time check in with Clarissa. Hey, help. Help.
That's Bob's definition of a bubble, Lee.
That is a bubble in Bob's universe. That is the entire Bob. Is Michaela Mayer in there? Wait. I think I see Michaela in the background in that shot.
Oh, jeez.
There you go. There's a fight. There's a Bob joke. What did we learn? Stay in school. Stay in school. I think it's a message here. Bob doesn't like Dana.
If you have multiple kids, you will be broke, as Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield showed us.
Many times over.
Oscar definitely doesn't like Dana. Dana doesn't like Oscar or Bob. Clarissa Shields is already in a bubble with Michaela Mayer.
Yes. No, Amir Khan wants to fight anybody for anything.
Amir Khan really does, with Mikey Garcia. Like,
there you
those
go.
guys are just, they're literally looking for any fight that they can make. Mia St. John is still the hottest female fighter out there, even at age 50. I'm just going to say it out loud for the room. She is. Follow her Instagram. What else? What else did we learn? I think the really big takeaway here, Riddick Bowe had 30 grand. I think that's the biggest takeaway here. I don't want to go way out on a limb, but that fat guy doesn't have money in his checking account, and he was the heavyweight champion of the world. He's literally Meals on Wheels, and Evander's trying to fight him. I'm not even sure if that's even right. Like, that almost seems criminal on some level.
It's criminal that they posted that. What the fuck? That's what I'm like. You are not a celebrity when your net worth is 30 grand. Like, you can just stop. There once was a time. Have a Wikipedia page, but we're no longer putting you on celebrity net worth.
I'll take a deep breath. I think we learned a lot here today. Oscar.
Yep,
Oscar
it's a lot to absorb today. A lot to absorb.
It's a lot. And I didn't think I'd be bringing that much show to everybody this week, but clearly. First of all,
I think Bob knocked it out the park for us, Lee. Bob with his bubble comments. This is good. This is going to get real good.
It's strong. It's very strong for Bob.
Yeah.
I'm going to put fighters in a bubble. But really, I think we should do a public service to end this show, which is please send your letters to, Clarissa Shields. I mean, clearly, she needs help, man. She needs to get out, and she's in a male holding cell. And hey, is that where they keep her between fights? That's just really what I want to know.
That's where her brother said. Oh. Hey, what did he get? Like a year or so? I think he got some time for knocking out that old dude at the fight the other night.
Yeah, the fight was canceled because of that shit or something like that. Oh gosh.
Sorry, people. I know I always go low.
You? Okay. I'm gonna allow that.
No, don't go. Yeah, no. Damn it, Lee. I don't need a low contest here. No, you go low. You go low.
Yeah, there you go. That wasn't a challenge by any stretch.
Yes, exactly.
That wasn't a 2-round. No.
Touchdown. I told somebody, all right, for those of you who missed it a few weeks ago, just to get Andrew out of hot water, I was telling somebody, one of the neighbors here, we did Cinco de Mayo on the deck last week. So go check out the pictures on Instagram. So we did Cinco de Mayo on the deck, and I was talking about the previous Sunday show to someone, and they go, what do you guys find to talk about? And I started to tell them the Diego Corrales joke that I set up. And for those of you who missed it, you guys had made a comment about a fighter not doing much after a fight. And my joke was, Diego Corrales didn't do much. Spence hasn't done much since the car accident. And I said, well, Diego Corrales hasn't done much after the motorcycle accident, which both of you groaned at. I was trying to explain to this guy, and he goes, they both groaned at you about a guy who died in a motorcycle accident 10 years ago. I said, yes, to which I responded too soon for some odd reason. I mean, I hate to be the one to bring up the fact that half of the people people in boxing idolize are fucking savages who need to be locked up, for God's sakes. I seem to be. Tell me if I'm wrong, Andrew. Does anybody consistently talk about the fuck ups of boxing more than we do?
No, sir. No, sir.
And I'll be the first one to continue to do it. And right now it's Bob who's going to put fighters in bubbles and pull green cards. And hopefully Stephen Espinosa will let Clarissa Shields out of her detention center. There you go. You feel better, Andrew? I'll take all the heat here at the end. Would you like me to, shit on white people, Hispanics, Asians? You want me to,
No.
How Macau secretly created murder hornets along with COVID just so we don't have boxing in the United States? We could start that as a trend. God damn Asians doing that shit. There you go. Feel better now? Did I take the heat off of you for your low blow there?
Doesn't even want to
Let's
answer.
not forget, please, everybody write into Showtime. I'm trying to get Andrew out of hot water. I'm trying to get everybody to forget it, which, by the way, you should rewind and listen to Andrew again because he was feeling it. He was really feeling that joke when he laid into it. But
which one?
The one you're trying to forget at this moment. So here's my last one. Please write into Stephen Espinosa and Showtime or tweet at Stephen Espinosa. He's on Twitter and go, hey, Holyfield Beaufort Academic Decathlon. Pay-per-view. Hashtag pay-per-view. Just saying it out loud. Let's see if we can trend that one. I'm sure somebody's going to rip that off and turn it into something this week. I think we gave enough to all the writers. We gave enough to Miggs to take back to Dan Rayfield. All right. Miggs, would you like to have the final word of the show? Because I tried to let Andrew have it, and he went fucking low blow, which so disappointed with him.
Just that I hope everyone is doing fine and everyone's following instructions on the orders and staying home. Please, for the love of God, just fucking stay home. Those are my parting words.
Unless you're a fan of the PBC, in which case I recommend social gatherings.
Fight Net Radio! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!